Hey, Ursula here. Remember that big giant pile? Well, it's gone. The big pile of wood chips has been distributed. So as many of my paths as can be lined with wood chips are. It wasn't as simple as you might think. We have a lot of weeds, specifically that purple dead nettle. And every single path was caked with weeds. And a lot of them I cut out and put in compost. So if you can imagine every path looking like this, just covered with purple dead nettle and dandelions, mostly purple dead nettle, and soon there'll be buttercups as well. So all of those got cut out with a old kitchen knife, and the paths got lined, and life is good. I can drive up my driveway again. Now, bear this in mind. What I've been currently working on, let's see, I still have a couple buckets that need to go in. I have one path I didn't clear yet because it's not an important path. It's just that small section back there. But the strawberries are looking good. Even have some flowers. I've got to pull, there's borage in here, reseeded from last year. That needs to go. It turns out that the mystery plant, let's see if I can get it, this guy, is a parsnip. And that parsnip, I've got quite a few of those in the fridge right now. So we're gonna be having parsnip fritters, probably mix it with some carrot and some apple and fry those up. But yeah, I'm really happy with the strawberries. Really, really happy. And it looks like, despite last night's frost warning, everything looks pretty good. It looks in really good shape. I don't know if we actually got frost. It was 34 this morning and dew point was 32. Oh, we got a bumbler. Very busy. Very busy. Oh, we just love us some of that purple dead nettle. That's the only reason I tolerate it is it's the only really early flower that the bumblebees and the native bees can feed themselves early when they need to, especially when there's going to be frost. But yeah, picture all of this, except it was over here. This is what I got done today. I left the columbine. It was really hard to find the columbine in all that purple dead nettle. Most of this patch had been invasive buttercup, and there had been a haskap or a honeyberry in here, but the drought killed it completely. I'm wondering if something else didn't bother it too, because it's been fighting for a couple years. It never really produced anything. It just doesn't like this bed. So I might get a soil test done. We'll see. They're expensive. Everything's expensive. But now this bed is ready for planting. And my thoughts are, we'll see if I stick with them, is along the back wall. See, it goes up. This section only goes up about 4 feet, but the rest of it goes up 6 feet. My thought is to plant tomatoes in here and tie them to the posts or the grid. But we'll see. What I'd like to do is get the hellebore out of here and put it in the back. That involves shovels and lifting heavy things, so we'll see how far I get on that. I have 2 cherry trees that need to go in. One is go in that mess right there. and the other one is going to go in here. It should be about 10 feet apart. And see, here's the other. Oh, we might still have a little bit of honeyberry hanging on. Look at that. But you need 2 of those in order for them to survive. So I don't know. We'll see. It was a really bad drought last year. It was a really bad drought. And the blueberries still have a cover on them. I'll be putting a different cover on them once they're pollinated to keep the birds out. But for right now, that's going to stay on until I get around to folding all those up and putting them away. Our last frost date is supposedly May 3rd. I think last night was our last real frost chance. The 10-day forecast does not look like it's going to do much in the way of cold weather. So yeah, 81 on Saturday. So I got the beets planted. They're getting the cover staying on until they get acclimatized. They don't need direct sun on them when they're first transplanted. But yeah, I got the beets in, 2 rows of those. You can see the strawberries in there. That'll give the bees something else to enjoy. And that's about it for today. It's a lot of work out here, but I'm very pleased. All this was weeds, all of that, and now it's not. I still have some cleanup work to do. I discovered a hollyhock survived. The deer were eating it really bad last year, and so yay. And then I'll be planting over here. So now the next step will be who comes out first to get transplanted, because I need to harden off all my warm weather flower starts. Hey, I'm having technical difficulties today, go figure. It's really high contrast out because it's so sunny with no clouds whatsoever, which makes it a little hard to film. But we'll take a look at some of the trays that I've taken out to harden off. The beets have been out for about almost a month now. They were struggling. These guys were struggling. Beets like to be direct seeded. They don't like to be transplanted, but with the soil block method, I do pretty good. These guys just dried out too much with the wind yesterday, and I think I have 1 celery in there. I chose the Mexican sunflowers as being the first ones because they're the biggest to go along the fence line. My understanding is that sunflowers like to face east, and so we're going to put them on the eastern fence line, in between some of the other plants that are there, and hopefully they're not allelopathic enough to kill anything. The coneflowers have been there a while. The Monarda really struggled last year. I don't know if it's going to come back. At least not as good as it was. I'm short on trays for pots. I'm also short on pots, but mostly it's the trays that are strong enough to carry all these seed pots up. And so because of that, and also because I need to get the section I just weeded planted, hopefully right before the next rain, I'll get this lettuce in. There's some celery in here, some Swiss chard, and I found 1 more strawberry. I also have more lettuce back there. These are onions. There's some spinach, and I think there's more chard back there. Those have all been out here for a good long time. They can tolerate the cold, and they're also cold weather plants. They'll bolt soon if I don't get them in the ground. So I need to do that. The chard should last me all summer. So should the celery. But the lettuce I want to get in and get a good crop out of before it goes to seed, because it's about ready. And the spinach as well. It's going to, I think I said it's going to be 81 on Saturday. So that's a concern. Meanwhile, I've got more celery. And some of the other plants that just came out. These are snapdragons. those have, this is their first day out. It'll be a week before they're ready to go into the ground. And then I got a decorative grass in here, and that's going to go in a pot because I don't want that spreading. I don't know how it's going to behave. Supposedly it's native, but you don't know. And really excited. My alpine strawberry came back here. The Santolina died. That did not overwinter like I thought it would. The ones in the front aren't doing well either. The carrots here may have taken a frost. I'm not sure. I don't know if this brown signifies a lack of nutrients, or maybe just they were dry, or if it actually took a frost. If it took a frost, these will bolt. These will go to seed. They'll think it's their second year. Carrots are a biennial. All right, so I did some porch cleanup, and yeah, it still looks like a mess, but at least I can walk through here now. These guys just came out. These are also cold weather plants. I've got some cabbage, some chives. You're not supposed to be out. That is a sweet potato. That needs to go back inside. We are not ready for this temperature yet. No, we're not. Celery, more chard. These will all go in the bed I just finished. And then I have a lot of empty planters that are going to need soil. And I have herbs that I started downstairs are going to go in. Some of these, I have thyme and basil. Some of those chives might go in a pot. Might even put that strawberry in a strawberry planter. That might be a thing. So all of these are here waiting to get planted, and they'll take the place of all the trays once we get these guys planted in the ground. And then the tomatoes can come out probably next week. We'll get the tomatoes out and get those hardening off. I also have marigolds and a whole bunch more stuff planned. So stay tuned, stick around, see what I do.